So for my next job is I've got these carbon fibre paddle extensions. I've already got some extensions on there already. They're aluminium. They were black when I first bought them, but I don't know if you can see on there, but they're starting to go sort of like a rose sort of dark shadow chrome look. It's really weird, and they're aluminium, so they're freezing in the winter. So I've got these, really nice. Not very cheap because they're real carbon fibre, anti-carbon. Get some alcohol pads to wipe them with, real 3M tape. These are real carbon fibre, the same size by the look of it. But they, instead of having a square edge like that, which is slightly chamfered, these are a little bit more softer to the touch, with a little ridge on the back for your fingers. So these will feel much better than just a flat thing like that. And they'll look nicer in the car, I think. So let's see how they fit, and then let's hope they'll be as good as I think they will be. So obviously if you haven't fitted these things before, you won't have to remove the old ones. It'll just be a simple job of cleaning the paddle at the back and attaching the other ones on, but I'll have to remove these first. I knew I shouldn't have put these on, but hopefully I don't regret putting the carbon fibre ones on. So it looks like I'm going to have to remove the paddles to be able to get these off, because I don't want to break them. But it might be best to remove the paddles anyway to then clean them and fit the other ones on. We'll see. But it's a T20 at the back. If I can just get it in. Let me turn my cap around. Never really fly, right? So let's I might just take that off for a sec, just so I can. Very difficult. There you go. Oh.
They're super discoloured on the back.
Yeah, they're
no, you don't realise how much.
They were awful. Cheap things like that are just awful. I should never have got them. It's gone loose, so I'll take that off, I think. I'll ratchet it off and then do the rest by hand. So using the ratchet, I couldn't quite feel that the end of the T20 head came off the screw. I thought the screw would come loose, you know. So I'm just doing it by hand now. I can, so I can feel it. I don't want to round the head off the screw. Don't want to break the screw. These paddles, the genuine Jaguar paddles, are around about 270, 300 quid on eBay to replace. So I don't want to break it. That's why I'm taking it off. So almost there. Ooh, screws out, and then the paddle just come off. So in there's a little connector. Don't have to detach. There you go. That's come off. So now I'll be able to get this off without breaking this arrangement, because obviously this is the pivot point, and I didn't want to break this, so I'm going to get it off from there. So hopefully you guys haven't got these horrible things on there already. But let's see. As you see the difference between the two, the back, very similar size but rounded, much nicer colour. Cool. So I'm going to use this tool that I got with the lights. I'm going to hold this metal bit because I don't want to put any pressure on this as such. So I'm going to hold the metal part of this and just put that in there and try and push it in to break away the tape, or the foam part in the middle of the tape. So it's starting to go. You might be able to hear it just. So just going to break away that tape. Bad thing is, I've got to do a big cleanup job to getting the stickiness off. To get a good clean surface before I, there you go. Got to get a good clean surface now before I fit the new ones. So this is the plus. So that'll be the plus. So this fits directly in there like that. So it's a good fit by the look of it. It does have ridges behind, the ridges of this to go into, which is good. But I just got to remove all that first. So yeah, don't try the cheap ones. Go straight to these expensive ones by the look of it. I'm going to sit here for an hour or two doing this.
Cleaning sticky is like the worst thing ever.
Yeah. So this is really hard to get off, but I'm just putting force and trying to roll it off from the edges. I started at the edges and started working into these little areas. So I've managed to get the one off in 2 big pieces. So that's kind of clean, ready to wash up with the alcohol prep pad that they supply. So I don't have to go out and buy any chemicals, which is good. It's just tedious taking this off. My thumb's starting to hurt a little bit, but we get there. That's the pain for punishment for buying these crappy little things. So hopefully I don't have the same problem with the carbon fibre ones, but the weight difference between these aluminium ones and these, it's insane. These are so light. So it's not like it's going to give me any better performance. I'm not going to try and claim stupid things like that I've lightened my car by a couple of grams. Because really I should just lose some weight and have a big shit in the morning. That'll help. Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry. There you go. So
looks good as new again.
It's getting better. So now I just gotta. Sorry about my creaky bar stool in the kitchen. So now it's undo the pad. Yeah. And give it a good wipe. The better you can clean this, the better the sticky pad's going to stick to it, and that's important, because if you don't bother cleaning it and clean it well, and you got your grease from your fingers on there, then you try and stick that on, these are going to fall off. There's no secondary fixing method on there. These ones had little grub screws in to fix them on, but they're not very nice. They've kind of put little indents in the side of this. I can't quite see it, but there's a little indent there. So it kind of damages the original paddles. But these, I guess if you wanted to remove them at a later stage, all you have to do is do what I'm doing now, clean them back up, and they're as good as new. So stay away from these cheap things and go for something decent. I wanted these ones originally, but I thought, nah, I'm not going to spend the money on it. I just should have went for them. You live and you learn.
Captain Hindsight.
Yeah. Right, so now I've kind of got it all over. I'm going to not touch that with my fingers. Leave that there, because that's the plus, and then do the other one. I bought these inside because adhesives work better when they're warm. I've actually got a heat gun I'm going to warm it up with. You could use a hairdryer, I guess, on a hot setting. Just warm it up, because it is winter outside here in the UK, and I just want that initial grab of the adhesive to be warm on a nice clean surface area. So.
Looks good.
So I've got this heat gun, which you can actually set the temperature to. I'll set it to 150 degrees centigrade, so I don't want it too hot. I don't want to damage the carbon fibre, and I don't want to burn anything. So like I said, the hairdryer will be fine. So I just wanted some control. And I'm starting to feel warm now. This is going to take longer to get some heat into, that's why I'm doing it first. As you see, that goes in there. Now I'm going to just warm this up quickly. Trying to stay away from the carbon fibre. Just heat up before you intake. Yeah, that's more. So, let's peel that off. Oh, come on. That took longer to get the edge off than I thought, so I'm just going to warm this back up. Just give it a quick blast. Give this a quick blast. Oh man, yeah. Get that quickly. Don't stick. Okay, pull it off like that. Don't pull it upwards because you don't want it to unstick from the back of this. And then use that to line up with. And let it guide in. Once it guides in, pick it up, press it all over. Make sure it's in there. Should be good. Okay, I'm going to put that down to one side to cool down, because you don't want to start using it before the glue is adhered and then fall off, because you don't have any spare pads and they're cut perfectly for this shape. So let's just leave it as it is. Cool. On to the next. Same again this side. Turn that up first. Okay. Make sure I got that. Okay. Beautiful. And then again, use the carbon fibre shape as a guide so you don't stick it on there in the wrong position. And then press. Nice. Okay, so they should be cooled down now. Ready to go back on. They're looking good. Looking real good. So the first thing to do is put this connector back in. Make sure it goes back in and clicks. There you go, good. And that has got to go back up inside. Just find out how to make sure the wire is in the right place. It goes up. So now I get my T20 screw, put it back into the back. Now I'm going to make sure I start this off by hand, because you don't want to cross thread this. You don't want it, there's no coming back if you cross thread it. So that's started off by hand, that's good. And then I need to turn this so it's on. Just turn it up. Obviously it's only going into plastic, so it's not going to be too tight. You just feel it to when it stops and grabs. When it gets there. Okay, there it is there. Okay. So they feel really good on there quite nicely. I make sure they turn. So what I'm going to have to do is turn the engine on and make sure to go past it. Just let it go. There you go. Straight past. So when you're doing it, you're not hitting these at all. They're close, but
very close.
But they move straight past it. Awesome.
Happy?
Yep.
Good.
They work wherever you touch it. As you're going around, you can do it there. That's the problem when you're in manual drive. Let me just turn this off. When you're in manual drive and you're going around, is trying to find that shifter. So now you'll be able to do it anywhere. So that's going to be a lot easier. Cool. Job well done.
Nice one.
How good do they look? Nice. Best place for these little shits in the recycling bin.